All right, Franco Harris. Franco, the morning that these allegations came down, the grand jury report, what was your first thought when all of that happened?
Well, first of all, I was kind of stunned, just like everybody else, and I wanted, more information. I was out in Vegas at the time, and so I try to read what I can read, and 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 then when I got back home, and uh, so my thing was, hey, okay, what's going on? What's more information? And then I uh, got back home and saw that the board convened, and then the board did the bad decision, unnecessary decision, firing Joe Paterno and taking Graham Spaniard's resignation.
Why do you say that that was a bad decision?
They had little information and had a lot of misleading information, and to base a decision on that, to not support Penn Staters that all of them know, and all of them know that these are good guys. Okay, we have Joe Paterno, Tim Curley, Gary Schultz, man. Spaniard. When you look at things like that, you say, wow, these are guys who mean so much to Penn State, have been here for so long, and so we're not going to support them. We're going to go ahead and do this and like believe these people here, but we have people that we know, and we're just going to do that to them. And so that was very, very disturbing that they took that over the honor and supporting Penn State and at least finding out the truth. So that was very disturbing to me, and that's where we're at today. That has shattered Penn State, and what the real problem is that when they made that decision that week of November 5th, they are still stuck in that week of November 5th. And they still believe in that week of November 5th. And they still believe all the information that they got on November 5th. And that's very disappointing and very scary that we have people like that representing the honor of Penn State.
What do you think about the way the Board of Trustees handled it, and maybe the misconception some people said they knew, they claimed they didn't know? What are your thoughts on that?
Now, what they knew, what they didn't know, I really, more information will come out on that. I mean, eventually we'll hear the truth, okay? But once again, I think that supports that why would they make decisions against Penn Staters who have been a big part of Penn State for so many years? Why would they do that on what they had? And really that's the contention. That's all this is about. Where was the process? And that process seems flawed. Now, they might think they had a good process, but a lot of, I think when the truth comes out, we'll find out that they really didn't.
You came to town to show your support for Joe Paterno. How has that been going so
far? I came to town to support Joe Paterno and like the other guys that did not have due process. And how could Penn Staters throw all Penn Staters under the bus and think that they did the right thing and also brag about it and feel good about it? We can't, we can't buy that. I mean, they're patting themselves on the backs here and thanking each other and doing all that sort of stuff. But we still have to, we're fighting the fight.
We're here at the Board of Trustees meeting, obviously. What more do you want to hear from the board?
Oh, you know what? We're not going to hear anything from the board at this meeting. We're going to have a meeting after this. We're going to have some real talk in the assembly room after this, and then we'll let people talk and discuss the issues that are now that we're faced with and with this scandal and how people handle this. We need people who are going to serve Penn State to be people who put Penn State first and not their personal agenda and not to be self-serving.
Just two more questions. You talked about how you don't like this being called the Penn State tragedy. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, when Erickson went to do the town hall meetings, I read in the Pittsburgh paper, he said that we want to pass the word that this is an individual scandal, not a Penn State scandal. Well, in all three meetings, there were nothing but Penn Staters. Us Penn Staters know that. Who was he trying to sell? Trying to sell us? I mean, that didn't make any sense. To have a meeting to do that, he really needed to tell the rest of the country that this is not a Penn State scandal, that this is a Jerry Sandusky sex scandal. And sure, along the way, some things here, but hey, but it's a Jerry Sandusky sex scandal. So, the people get that message at these meetings. I didn't go to the meetings because I didn't need to be sold the greatness of Penn State, what we stand for. And then I heard here today that he mentioned today that he kept using the word Penn State tragedy. And I'm shaking my head saying, so he's going back now calling it a Penn State tragedy, linking Penn State to this. And so, like as I said, these people are stuck in the week of November 5th, and they want us to move on, but they haven't moved on, and so it's very disturbing.
Finally, Franco, what is your opinion of Jerry Sandusky?
I do not have an opinion of Jerry Sandusky. I'm not the court of law. I'm not investigating. I haven't done anything. I just stuff I read in the paper and showed up, proved to be true. I mean, that's very disgusting. And you hate to think about all those, boys that believe in, believe in him and get, faith in him. What happened. And also I want to tell people that the Second Mile program was a great program, helped thousands and thousands of kids. And so we heard a lot of people in a lot of different ways, and he heard a great organization that was really helping a lot of kids in this area.